Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 38. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report that has plenty of updates, plenty of news as always, but this time around we definitely have some good news when it comes to Yieldnodes. Steve, the CEO of Yieldnodes here, has actually spoken to Liam in the past week. So Liam that runs the Facebook also for a lot of supporters here, and we had some good information coming out of Steve basically on what is actually happening. There's also some changes to your NFT deadline that we have previously talked about. And then obviously we're going to have a look on what on earth has happened to Ihostmn this particular week. All of a sudden, especially on the shared masternoding here, things have basically stopped. The money has been returned to you, and we're going to have a closer look at what exactly happened here, and again where you need to have a look. So on top of this, we're going to have a look also at the Trillant platform, because also here there is a bit of news. It is not the entirely good news that we wanted to hear, but things are moving forward again. And obviously we're also going to have a closer look at our EAs. Profit is coming in, but is it now as high as we want it to be? Has September now proven to be the month where we're going to cash in big time on all our EAs? Well, we're going to have a closer look at it. But let's first start off with the video of Steve, the CEO here, talking to Liam. And basically this happened in the past few days, as I mentioned here before. There was a bit of news coming out, especially regarding the NFTs, some clarifications here also from Steve's side. And moving of the deadline itself, you can actually find the key highlights also in an email that was sent out at the same time. Again, the NFT claim deadline extension here. So now will be until the end of the year. So basically at the end of 2023. Again, it is not mandatory to do this at the moment. But again, Steve mentions that it is highly recommended. You will have extra benefits. He talks a bit about what exactly those are. There's also a link here again to how to claim your NFT. So a lot of details in here again from him. And then the NFT profit potential. Again, he mentions a bit on the Decenomy economy zone. Once that gets activated, there should be actually more profit for the ones that have claimed the NFT. So definitely go and have a look at that particular video here. It is very, very strongly recommended. You can find more details also, as usual, through the links that Steve sent out in that particular email here, explaining exactly how you do it. There's a couple of community videos in there also regarding MetaMask, or if you want to send it over to your cold wallet, similar to what we have done here. And of course, there's a bit more information also, because Steve wants some clarity on what they are actually doing at Yieldnodes. So they have claimed that they want to have an audit, not the similar audit that we had before, where we went and basically checked every single account in here, and obviously they matched up back then, but since then there's more coins coming in. But the issue is here that the value has dropped, and basically what they want to do here is one of the big four auditing firms, either Deloitte, Ernst & Young, KPMG or PwC, to undertake some of the important tasks in here of having a look exactly what has happened and come out with a statement. And there's another part in here also that is worth mentioning. So the no penalty for the no claim, there will be none of that either here. So obviously things are changing slightly. So you still have a chance, an opportunity to go in, have a look, try and familiarize yourself with exactly what is happening on the NFT side. And we will also make sure that the link for the video description will be in our video description here below. Now, we also mentioned before what on earth has happened here with Ihostmn. If you are following our news report in here, that we have some shared masternoding. We had that for quite a few years. When you are setting up your shared masternoding, you are also obligated to basically put in a other account. So in case Ihostmn is going to stop the accounts, basically they will send the money back to you, and that has actually happened in the past week. We didn't really get pre-alerted of why this would happen, but we have received our coins back, which is obviously the most important thing. And right now it seems like we cannot go in again, you will see the active masternoding is, they are all saying 0 for both our PNY, the SAP and the BIREC that we previously had, so we cannot really show you the progress as we normally do. And obviously that's a bit of a shame. We are not exactly sure still why that happened, or if this is only a temporary part, but definitely we will try and update you as soon as we have some more solid and concrete information for you. Now, you will also notice that if you go in on your individual accounts, it will look like this. It says deposits are currently disabled. So again, you can see what you earned, but the total amount also here says 0. And then that's where you are basically going back to the accounts, the second account that you set up in case Ihostmn is going to send things back. They're going to send that to your address, and then from there on, basically you can stake it instead in the wallet if that's what you want to do, or you can also use other platforms, and obviously that is something that we also need to have a closer look at. Now, obviously, if you go on the Ihostmn website, you will again see here that basically everything is 0, everything was blank. But on this particular part here, this is the not the shared masternode, but a full masternode that you can do yourself. These ones in here, as you can see, are still hosted, so that means that they are working, they are running. It is only the shared masternoding that has basically disappeared here at the moment. So again, we're going to have a look and see if this is going to come back. Otherwise, we'll have to stake it, and most probably so will you have to. Now, if we have a quick look at Bitcoin versus USDT, we can see that there has been some movement over the week, but we actually ended up exactly where we were last week at the same time. We ended up at around 26,500. It was up at a high 27,486. And also the low again here was similar to what we had last week, 26,330 thereabouts. So depending on what exchange exactly you were on here. And at the moment, it looks like Bitcoin is once again trading sideways. Now, if we also have a look at BNB versus USD, the pattern is not exactly the same, but also here we started off end of last week and over the weekend. So with increased results, getting the BNB right up against the $220. Since then it dropped again, and this week's low is about 209. And also here at the moment it is trading sideways. It's trading just around $210 mark. Now, I mentioned here earlier in the program that the listing of the Trillant, well, we have mentioned it is coming, it is coming. And once again here, it should have been already set up weeks ago now. There is a bit of information back again from the Trillant team. And they mention here that first of all, we sincerely apologize for the bumpy start regarding the listing of the Trillant. Again, we are talking about the stablecoin. We are talking about the new implementations that has actually been done, where you have to put new and fresh money into the platform in order to get something out. It says, we understand the importance of trust and reliability, and thank you for each of your patience and support. I'm not exactly sure that is true, because definitely a bit of the trust and the reliability on this platform has definitely gone out the window a long time ago, as it is already. But now they are pleased to bring some positive news. All technical difficulties has been resolved, and the official launch of the Trillant listing on xt.com is imminent. Again, I'm just saying here, it is not launched yet, it is imminent. So again, it could take another week. We could be talking about the same things also next week. So let's see, fingers crossed, maybe it's going to work. And after that, they are basically just, again, great to see the community is created a future together. That we'll also have to see if that actually going to be true. Now, if we have a quick look at CoinStore and have a look at Tree, so this is not the stable coin, this is the one that are fluctuating. And that one has definitely been down for a long time. We can see that last week when we had a look at coinstore.com last time, it was 0.0001892. Since then, things have definitely moved in the right direction. We are almost up by 50%, let's say 45 in here, with now 0.0002655. So there's been some very good gains in the past week. And similar to what you just have seen with Bitcoin, now it's trading sideways again. Let's hope that the trend is going to continue. So in the next many weeks and months to come here. And obviously, we also going to have a closer look at our money tree. Money tree is still very much alive. We have only small gains here at the moment. Don't forget, we have 3 different accounts. And for week 37, we have the low risk account making $83 or 1.4%. The medium risk account is $14 and 0.3%, and also the high risk here, $14 or 0.4%. Don't forget, medium and high risk are not running all currency pairs. The low risk is, and that is why we have some of the difference in here. Definitely not what we wanted, but at least we are way off on the minus side, and again, moving in the right direction. The other one that are moving in the right direction after last week's very, very low profit from the profit retriever, we can see the week 37 here now for the top 5 EAs. They are moving up again in profits, and the one on top is the FTSE 100 with $740 or 7.4%. Right after there, we have the famous US 30. A lot of people like to trade this one here with $552 or 5.5%. Then we have the second US 30 index also here. That one did $429 or 4.3% for the week. And then Aussie Japanese number 2, $361 or 3.6%. And also Aussie Japanese, this is the original signal we started off with, $354 or 3.5%. Overall, if you would have traded those particular 5 ones, you would have made $2,436 or 4.9%. And definitely we are back up, at least in some kind of profit. There is hopefully much more to come from the profit retriever. And as you'll see here, we have now traded this particular portfolio of all our 25 EAs, 554 days, some longer than other ones. But that is the date and history of the portfolio itself. We can see the weekly returns 2.1, monthly returns 8.9. Don't forget, this one continues to go down because we are not increasing the lot size, but we are now very close to the 500,000 on the equity chart. And again, we have not any blown accounts at all. Things are still moving quite well. And you can also see for September at the moment, we are looking just about $4 shy of 9,000, so $8,996 at the moment. Again, it is not massive profits we have, but it looks like it's going to cash in similar to what we had in August, unless we're going to have some serious pickup at the end of the month. Now, you can obviously find a lot more details about the profit retriever, about some of all the signals we have in here. Simply go on our website, and we even have an FTMO that we are trying out for a $200,000 portfolio. The drawdown is definitely above where they needs to be, but that is unfortunately the game of the profit retriever. Very difficult to control the drawdown, but there is new EAs out there, and we actually also going to talk about those a bit later here in the news report. Now, on the profit retriever portfolio overview, you have another button in here. You click that one, you get the same graph as I just showed you before. And then you can actually go and look at the individual accounts also. So click the pictures below for the individual currency pairs. It will take you straight over to FX Blue, where you will find a lot of details of exactly how these accounts are set up, how they've been trading since day one. All of the details are there for you to have a closer look at if you are interested. Now, we also make a video, and we do that every single week, of all the signals we have. We go 4 weeks back and see which ones are the ones that are the most profitable and more importantly also most stable. Normally you will see that you only change 1 or 2 signals every 2 or 3 weeks. So these ones are extremely good. And obviously this is where you will have a bit more stability and income if you are trying to follow these particular videos here, which ones are the best ones to trade. Or if you want to do that yourself, you can obviously also see which currency has worked out best for us, and you can try and start there. Now, at the moment, we are a bit low also on the profit here, only $9,000 over 4 weeks. Obviously, it's still okay, but compared to what we are used to, which has been more somewhere between the 11 to 13,000, then definitely, yes, this is a bit low at the moment. Now, again, you can find a lot more details here on the website where you both have profit retriever and you have the copy link trading. So it depends on if you want to trade it yourself. You simply go and find some of the details on the profit retriever trading in here. If you actually just want to have somebody else or us copy through our links here, then it's the copy link trading you have to push, or you can go and have a look at the other stuff from Expert Forex or even the Spaghetti Trader, which we are not really covering much anymore. We did the end of that in last week's news report. Now we also have the Trade Explorer, and obviously we need to talk about that one too, because we really like this one. It's cashing in slowly but surely. Unfortunately, it is very slow for this particular week. Again, here for week 37, the 22 pairs only made $68 or 0.4%, and then the 10 pair one made $174 or 1.1%. Also here it is extremely low compared to what we are used to with the Trade Explorer. So still we are hanging on and hoping that end of September is where everything is really gonna take off. Now you can find a lot more details again by going to our website and having a look at the FX Blue link. We have pulled it up on the screen because the history here is now 130 days. Monthly return is plus 10.4% calculated by the FX Blue site. Weekly returns 2.4, so definitely it's still good, and it is trading up to 10 currency pairs. We have almost recovered everything from our last big drop, as I mentioned here back in that was end of July, so $2,662 for that particular week was what was lost. But since then things have been looking okay. We have been cashing in, not as major as we previously had, so let's hope that's gonna come. But still, for the past week we made $170, and we are now only about $600 short from the all-time high, and then hopefully from there on we will continue to go higher and higher. Now again, last week I mentioned we have the Trade Explorer, a new video out here where you can actually join these signals that we are trading with the exactly same profit as you have just seen in the video here. So go and have a look at that one. If you haven't tried it before, we just try to explain to you a bit on the signal side and what the 22 pair and the 10 pair basically have done in the past more than 100 days of trading. Now also going to Expert Forex, they have made one new video this week out of Alex. So 2 ways to trade, basically zero fail trading robots. So that his new term in here, and that is basically the 2 new robots that was recently launched. We mentioned them in last week's news report, and the particular video looks like this, where we have now a launch of the RSI Liberator and the Weight Liberator. And I also here mentioned the difference between the two, and that one is worth mentioning once again. So let me tell you, the Profit Retriever is basically now turned into RSI Liberator, and then the Prop Cruncher has now turned into the Wave Liberator. So those are the 2 different parts. They are working and operating differently. If you want to know more about it, definitely go and have a look at the video that you just had on the screen before. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. As you can see, plenty of exciting news. End of September, fingers crossed. We are hoping that more profit is there to come. And hopefully I will also see you on one of my next videos. So until then, bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.